Hello everyone, very good morning and good evening to all. Let us start our today's demo session. First of all, I want to thank each and everyone to join this session and for your time. And this is our website. So here all the announcement, you can find all the announcement here. And here I have created one course, the AWS Data Engineering. So other courses also here it is available. You can check always. So if you are looking for any training, so just go to the training and here you can click on the live training. So all the live training you can check here, as well as if you want to, after later time, if you want to check some interview questions. Yes, every now and then we are updating the interview questions here. So in our website, so you can go to this interview questions. You can always check these questions. For example, if you want to check Informatica IACS questions, just go inside. So I posted all the questions here. So 8 different sets I have already posted. So you can click on this. For example, if you want to look for CDI, so set 1, so you can click on this link. So you start learning the CDI related questions here. So we have given 160 questions for IACS. The similar way I have given multiple questions for other technologies as well. So here you can see the other technologies. For example, you want to look for AWS related questions, just go inside and then you can check AWS related interview questions. So here also I have posted AWS DevOps as well as data engineering questions. So I will keep updating these questions also going forward. So always check this page so you can get all the details here. If you have signed in for this particular course, enrolled for this course, so then you will get student access. If you go to the student access, so you can find enrolled courses. For example, if you have enrolled for any of our courses, so all the courses are LMS portal we are providing. For example, if you are look, so here AWS did not enroll. So that's the reason we are seeing that only 4 different courses for this particular student. This student enrolled for this IACS. He or she enrolled for 4 different courses. That's what the 4 different courses here it's there. And then you can click on this one course. As a student, you can go and check always. So this is what I have taken this training. I completed all the 35 sessions here. And if you see each and every sessions will have the content. So each and every sessions will have the content. And yeah, so I posted like a project level sessions here and all the contents here it is available. The similar way we will provide for this AWS sessions as well. Say for example, if you want to, so these contents are lifetime access. Okay, so you'll get this way. And yeah, so you can always download the notes from this particular download options and you can get this particular view. Okay, so this particular view. So this is the course and you can check always here. So you can always check this particular, yeah, this is the way you can check always the recordings. So the recordings are lifetime access. Always you can check. So I posted all the 35 sessions. The similar way we will provide you for the AWS also. The recording will be in the website. So always you can check and access it. Okay, so this is the one I want to convey the message. So because this particular way of LMS portal, the students are very comfortable and then they can access at any time. Okay, so this is the one and you can join the sessions in this particular LMS portal itself. Yeah, for the AWS data engineering, yes, as you know that AWS is most of the projects they migrated into the cloud technologies, either AWS or Azure or Snowflake or GCP. So at least any one cloud we are using. So most widely used cloud is AWS, right? So we know already the data warehousing as well as different services we are using. So even if you are working in this Informatica cloud, yes, Informatica cloud also, we are working with other cloud technologies because we are loading the data into these data warehouse environment. So here AWS data engineering. So our trainer, Mr. Jiva, is going to take this training. So he has 10 plus years of experience in AWS as well as other technologies. And he has 4 plus experience in the teaching. Okay, in the mentoring. This is just a brief introduction about our trainer. So now over to Jiva. So he will continue. So thanks everyone for joining. So as of now, I have muted everyone. So please, if you have any questions, we will take all the questions on the question and answer. So first we will introduce ourselves and then about the course and everything. So then you can ask your questions. Okay. So that way we will ensure that, okay, we will provide the information, then you can ask the questions.
Hi everyone. Good morning and good evening. Hey, thanks Chandra for giving a heads up on how we are providing the content and how can people can access this portal and how can get the benefit from the course what we are conducting. So thank you first of all. And again, hello everyone. So I'm Jiva. I'm working in AWS for the last 10 years, and I'm conducting trainings and taking courses for various working people and students all over the country. So presently, I was targeted to teach about AWS data engineering. So if you have any doubts, you can shoot out as Chandra mentioned the 8:45. So I'll start about first related to the benefits before joining these courses. Let me share my screen before proceeding it. So hope you can see my current data engineering PDF, right? Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Chandra. So, guys, before proceeding it, we'll see what are all the things we're gonna see it on data engineering course before joining to the no before focusing on the content wise. So, what are the prerequisites to join this course? Most of the people have these questions. So, about data engineering, we know that as Chandra mentioned, a lot of projects and a lot of companies are now adopting the AWS for their companies' benefits and use cases. Most of the projects say that will be through be Java or Python. All this related to they are completely migrating to AWS because of the cost saving and other benefits. So move ahead with the prerequisites, right? So most of the people have this question. So I'm 5 years experience. I'm 10 years experience. I'm from non-IT background. I'm into different domain. I'm into finance sector. I'm into mechanical field. So many people have so many questions towards learning AWS data engineering, basically for cloud stuff. So whoever have a have basic knowledge about cloud, right? They can have a good start with this data engineering course. Apart from that, who have the familiar language on Python, Java, Scala, people who worked in big data technologies, they might have aware of a Scala language predominantly. More ahead with SQL, people from IICS developers, Talent, DB2, various database people, admins could have a more knowledge related to SQLs. They could also enroll this course. And moreover, the data engineering concepts like we basically covering up ETL processing and people who worked on various ETL process earlier in their career. So move ahead with the data modeling. They can also be into learn these courses also as well. And move ahead with big data, AWS services, we gonna cover the S3, Redshift, Glue, Kinesis. These are the basic services in data engineering side. So we're gonna focus it. And apart from that, big data tools like so people who have a background in big data technologies like Hadoop, Spark, Cloudera, so many big data tools we have, but who have a basic knowledge of Hadoop, they could also can learn this course. And people have the good interesting in scripting knowledge. So will I be in a part of AWS? Yes, you guys are also been doing some automation task in AWS, so they can also enroll it. And people who have a problem solving skills and who have hands-on practice, they can also enroll these things. So there is no restriction on these things. So these are the prerequisites to learn. So if you have somebody who have knowledge on these things, it will be good. If not, we can cover up those things as well. So based on the people's understanding, we can know good way of we split the course and we'll teach to them. That's what I have planned. And I have attached the Medium blog who are the roadmap for complete data engineering. So I have the different PDF document which will tell you the complete roadmap for the data engineering. So the prerequisites which I mentioned earlier, like different languages and SQL is enough far enough to learn the basics. And who are all have a basic core AWS services knowledge, that will be great. And we will cover up the hands-on practice, and we will provide the certification paths and real-world scenarios and learning towards continuous learning. Who have a mindset to continuous learning, we can give them a support, and we'll encourage them to learn about this complete data engineering course. And people who have a mindset to do a certification, and I'm appreciating the guys to do a certification. Whomever already completed the solution architect or data engineering, that will be great. If not, I'll recommend for the beginners or freshers to start with AWS Cloud Practitioner. If you've done the certificate earlier, and I'll directly go with the solution architect. Once you have done the solution architect, figure it out what is need, inside and out of cloud. So you're good to start with data engineering. Once you have done, we can have the specializations. We have data analytics, database, and machine learnings. So depends upon your skill set, we can focus on the certification as well. And most asked questions in most of the courses before starting: what is the salary range for data engineer in US and all over the country? So if you are experienced less than 1 year experience, you will get a 44 500 to 56 499. This is the overall salary range for in US, the data engineering people, from 1 year to 4 years, 5 years to 9 years, and 10 years to 19 years. So this is for USD, and this is for INR. The salary range discussion. So people have a various doubts, right? So like, what will be my salary if I complete this course? So will I get a market opportunity over there? So we will see one by one. So first, the salary range for the data engineer, according to this statistics report by LinkedIn, Glassdoor. I've referred few of the portal as well. So I've just gathered the information, and just based on the analysis, I've just pulled the average annual salary. So I can refer this blog also. I just give you to you like once this demo is over. And finally, what is the job opportunities there when I complete this course? So if you are entry level, you will get a junior data engineer positions. You will have the data engineering task like SQL level, Python level, anything could be as a beginner level you will get it. Apart from junior data engineer, if you are experienced like 1 to 4 years or 2 to 5 years, you will get a data engineering position. Like you'll make work on migrating the task and doing completely on cloud. You'll, according to the organization, this could be vary. So you'll maintain a pipeline, might be get a chance to create a pipeline as well. If based on your organization size, they will give you positions. And if you cross the senior data engineer position, let's say example, you are people from 6 year of experience, so they will get a good amount of knowledge in SQL. They could have a get a chance as a senior data engineer when you complete this course. So you might get a architecture level of understanding. You will give a suggestion to your senior architecture, like we can do this kind of optimization. So we can do this kind of cost saving, and we can build a pipeline in this way. So you will give a expansion knowledge. You're going to share it with your technical architect or senior solution architect. If you crossed your senior data engineer, and if you observed any architecture level of understanding, so this could lead you to learn opportunities in different level. Principal data engineers are topmost one, so you'll have the more than 12 year of experience in data side. So in that case, you will fall under this category. Finally, who are all can learn this course basically. So if you are a beginner in the cloud computing, you can have a good to go. So we can cover up all the basics in the cloud, and we will cover most of the data related tasks, and mostly we'll start from scratch to end complete data engineering pipelines. And if you are already a data engineer, we are good to go, that we can get a suggestion from your side, and we can implement that in the codes. We can modify anything need to be related to the project side. So we can add any specific tools you are looking for. We can add up that too. And software developers who have don't have knowledge in data engineering, and who willing to learn data engineering, somebody who have a background in Java and Kotlin. So maybe in Switch project, if you worked in the, you will get a chance to work in AWS also in future. So you have also interested to learn, we can include you as well. And moreover, these guys are techies, the data scientists in recent days, the more communicated people. So these people have a more understanding towards the data, how to handle the data, but they don't have a knowledge in AWS. They can also learn it. And apart from that, ETL developers, basically they will have a more knowledge about data, how data is working, but they don't have a knowledge in AWS, how the data is working from a source to end. So we can cover up that too. Finally, the technical professionals who are all have been in IT for the last couple of years, but didn't have a chance to work on AWS. They can also learn it. So this is a overall, suggestions and doubts, frequently asked questions for the people. I just try to cover it up. If anything I've missed out, I can get it from your questions, and I'll try to add it this as well. So as Chandra shared the course content. So first week we will focus on the data engineering basics and what is there in the data engineering and how to set up the role and what is the roles and responsibilities of a data engineer, how the ETL lifecycle and data lifecycle will work. We'll cover it up in the day two. And we'll give you some hands-on related to the data engineering basics. In a day three, we will focus on the IAM basic stuff and how to create a users group roles. I have just given you sample things. We will add more on things. I will focus on the end of the question answer, right? Based on the question answer, we will try to figure it out the syllabus as well. And finally, the data storage level. So we will focus on the S3, EBS, and EFS, and we'll give you the hands on how to create a S3 bucket and different S3 issues like lifecycle management and various concept. I'm going to include it. So I'm just giving a heads up on this. And day five, we'll focus on database side. Like we will cover up ADS, RDS, DynamoDB, and Redshift. We will integrate these and we'll create a RDS instance and then how to operate the databases. And day six, we will focus on the ingestion and kinesis for a streaming purpose. We will give you the how to create a streaming. Finally, the week one project, we will set up a complete data pipeline using S3, RDS, kinesis, and the basic services which is necessary to create a data pipeline. And we will give a presentation and we'll discuss with the internal people who have been enrolled these courses. So we will have a presentation and a peers review. So that is going to be happen on the weekend. And week two, we will focus on the ETL process and data transformation. So AWS Glue is a service which is, complete ETL process will handle by one tool. So we will create a data catalog and we'll focus on how to manage the data catalog. And finally, we'll give you the basics of creating the Glue and related to the quiz as well. And apart from basics, we'll focus on the next day. We'll how to create a job and how to, with the help of PySpark, how can we transform the data and we can do some basic level of ETL jobs. And I'll give you the quiz as well. In a day 10, we will focus on the Lambda. It's a serverless concept. So we will focus on Lambda, creating, deploying in the Lambda functions and using Lambda, how to we create a data transformation. And I'll cover up that too. Apart from that, we will combine the Glue and Lambda. We'll create some ETL automation jobs, and we'll do some data integration with these two services. Once like both the configuration has been completed, we will focus on the advanced ETL techniques like partitioning, schema evaluations, and when these partition and schema evaluation is completed, we will give you some ETL techniques, like specifically in AWS, how the ETL operations can be configured. We'll focus on that too. Once that too completed, we'll in day 13, we will focus on the validation and quality part. So whenever the ETL operation is done, the QA person will validate the entire process, right? In that process, we will cover up the QA tasks. And finally, we will give the complete ETL pipeline using Glue, Lambda, and other previous first week projects as well. We will combine the week one and week two process, and we'll give a presentation, like whomever left and whomever needs to coordinate, we will give them a chance to presentation as well, whomever have a volunteered as well, so we will give them chance. Apart from this week two, and we will focus on the week three for the data warehouse and analytical part. So in warehouse, we have a Snowflake already given by different trainer, which is available on the NIC IT portal. You can try to access it. That is complete for Snowflake. whatever, if you have a Snowflake knowledge, that will be great. If you don't have it also, that will be fine. We'll cover up that too in a Redshift. So how to manage the Redshift clusters and how to create a clusters, and we'll give them quiz as well. And once the Redshift basic has been covered, we'll try to fetch the data from S3 and we will try to put it on our Redshift cluster. We'll try to enhance the data and we'll do the some operations towards that. And we have a Redshift Spectrum. It's advanced concept. We'll focus on how to create a data, query the data and put it on the Spectrum, how to pre-process the data through Athena. We will focus on those two as well. And once that has been completed, we'll focus on the best practices. Whenever you learn a technology, right, I would suggest you to guys to learn the best practice. So that's where we will learn about in the industrial standards and how organization they define the data process and how they will structure the data and how the data to process and enhancements will happen. Everything will be discussed on the best practice session. Once those all completed, we will focus on the analytical services. EMR is a managed map reduce concept, which is big data tools. So we will implement that EMR major concept and we'll try to different with use cases. Some we'll perform some data analytics. Once the data analyst completed, we will put the data into the quick site and we will do some visualizations as well. So in the day 20, we will practice some data visualizations. So how to import the data from a different source system, and we can how to create a visualization to project to the clients. We will discuss in day 20. Once that completed, we will create a complete design implemented data warehousing using Redshift and QuickSight. We will practice that. All over the 3 weeks, whatever we discuss, right, we will put it on discussion for the third week of end of the third week. We will have a good discussion and we'll make it that complete flow. Then we can start the final week advanced topics and final projects. Here we have learned about different services, but for the fourth week we will gonna focus on the advanced things. So I'll postpone it once everyone ready for the third complete week threes. I'll focus on the fourth week. Until then, we will again practice the week whatever they discuss on the week one, week two, week three. We will review it. Once week three, complete week three is completed, we will focus on the data lake architecture. We're gonna build the data lakes on AWS using S3 and Glue. And once the data lake architecture completed, we will focus on the real-time data processing using Kinesis, and we will create a pipeline using the processing the Kinesis process, and we'll create a pipeline with the real-time data. And day 24, we will focus on the machine learning integration. And day 25, we have a data governance. People who must need to learn this data governance. Most of the courses not covering up the data governance because they didn't have knowledge in a proper way. So people who are handling the data, right, we need to know what is data governance and security. So that has been covered on the data day 25. And day 26, we'll how to manage the cost management and optimization. So even though we are handling multiple data related services, we must know how to handle our prices and optimize the cost which is running on the AWS services. So people who forget like whenever new people try to learn AWS, they will forget to manage the cost. So it's end up to closing this account. So but in office in our organization, so that should not be happen. So even if you are trying some POCs, you need to how to handle your cost and services, how to optimize the your cost. So that is a major thing. We will focus on the day 26. In day 27, we will review all of the projects which we have been covered in the week one, week two, week three. Finally, we will have the final project implementation. So complete comprehensive data engineering solution using the AWS from scratch to end. And we'll give you the individual work and get in the instructor support as well. I'll give you all the supports from my sides to get it done, the complete final projects. Once done, we will review the final project in each and group. If you have a plan for a group, we can go set it as a group, or if somebody wants to do it on an individual side, we will give them as a loan and give them a support to train them complete projects. Once done, we will give the final projects, which is provided by the data and ingestion, ETL processing, storage, and analyticals. So all these four going to be integrated in four architectures. We will discuss four architecture components and we will try to complete it. And the final thing is requirement, like the detailed project documentation will be provided, and the code scripts and everything, whatever the students has been completed, we will make it as a complete code review and give them a scripts as well, lifetime access, and performance optimization and cost management consideration also gonna be detailed documentations gonna be given to the students. The final thing which I discussed at the governance policies, nobody will cover this in any of the courses. So I have included in here. I will give you the governance policies for related to the industry. So people who been working in different industries like healthcare, retail, finance, media, every organization their own have their governance policies and security standards. So for healthcare, we will cover HIPAA complaints. Based on the HIPAA complaints only, we will gonna create the architecture and services. So that's a overall big picture about this data engineering course. So if you have any doubts on any days, so we can add up the things which you have required. So the class is weekdays going to be Monday to Friday, and the start date will be on 12th September. Evening batch going to be start. These are all covered by Chandra. So again, I'm just giving a heads up on these things. So that's it about the course content, guys. If you have any doubts, you can shoot out in the session, Q&A sessions actually. Yeah, so somebody, Sonali, has raised a questions. We'll give you the answer, Sonali. So Chandra, so that's it from my side. If you can take it up from now.
Thank you, Jiva. Yeah. So can you give me the access to share my screen? So we are working with Amazon, and then to get this academic version of our AWS, and also we will tell you how to create this AWS trial account. Say, for example, this is what you have to create the trial account, and from trial account you can access all this course, all the services. So AWS is nothing but different services, right? So based on the role we have to learn. Say, for example, we have different roles: AWS data engineering, or data cloud data engineer, or AWS big data engineer. So these kind of roles we are focusing here. So apart from that, we have AWS DevOps also. So they will focus mostly on the CI/CD pipeline development and operations related one. Yeah, so DevOps engineer, and then full stack developer also. So we have more services here. So one single person cannot learn all the services and cannot work in all the services. Based on our role, we have to learn the services. So which role we are looking for. So we have 200 plus services are available, right? So if you are a ML and AI developer, so you have to work on this machine learning and data science related services. If you are working in the business intelligence and data engineering, yes, we have to work on the business analytics side, right? So we have many services here. So as Jiva mentioned that, okay, we have the Redshift. It's nothing but it's a cloud data engineering, cloud data warehouse here. So whatever we have Teradata, whatever we have Snowflake. So in GCP we have the BigQuery. The similar way we have Azure SQL. So similar way we have in AWS we have the Redshift. It's a cloud data warehousing. Now the serverless process has come up with, and yes, so most of them are going with this Redshift also. And QuickSight, it's a competitor for Tableau and Power BI. So we have the QuickSight in AWS. The similar way in Google Cloud. So we are the Looker. So QuickSight is data visualization tool. So that as well we will cover here. And yeah, so this is the way we can see here. AWS Glue is the competitor for our Informatica. By using Glue, we can create data integration, transformation logic within AWS itself. So similar way, we have a lot of services are available. So whatever the services are needed for our data engineering, so that we will cover it here. So that's what our course content Jiva has explained. So Athena is nothing but whatever we are storing the data in AWS. So that particular file, okay. So S3 will store the data in the object storage, right? So it will store the data as a file. So object storage. If I want to look at what data is available in the file system, so files we cannot directly go and check. So we have one services called Athena. So this services, by using this services, we can query this, whatever the data which is available in AWS S3 bucket. So similar way, we have a lot of other services also. So here we have the storage, we have the services, different services here we have, and similarly we have the security. So a lot of services are available. So these services we have to learn one by one. For example, this is the AWS S3. So within this, we can create. So this with this trial account, we can store up to 5 GB of space. So we can create a bucket. So a number of buckets we can create, but we have to make sure that we should not go beyond 5 GB. So because if you are going beyond 5 GB, so they will charge. So we will create a trial account from our side. So academic versions, and we are also working with the AWS. Okay, academic versions, and from your side also you can create some trial account, but we have to be the threshold limit. Okay, so we will teach. So what is the threshold limit? So what is the free tier account? Everything. So that you can focus and then you can learn. So whatever we are learning today, say for example, this is the file. So we have, so we can go inside, we can check it. So it's based on our role. So we might be the developer, we might be the tester, we might be the product support engineer, right? So based on the role, we will have the permission here. So whether we can download the file or so it's completely it's depends on your role. So what role you are playing in your project. So you'll have the permissions. So this is the way we will work in the real-time project also. So we may have create bucket permissions or we may not have. It depends on the real-time project. The similar way, if you're going for any other services, yes, we can create services. I want to create some database instance. Yes, we can create some database instance, RDS. So we can create some database instance. But as I told, we have some threshold limit here. So that we have to learn. Okay. We want to create a NoSQL database, we can go for DynamoDB. And similar way here, we have the RDS. Say, for example, I want to create RDS instance. RDS is nothing but relational data services. So we can create our own databases. For example, in AWS, can we create Oracle DB? Yes, we can create Oracle DB or PostgreSQL or IBM DB2 SQL Server, MySQL. So different RDS instance we can create. Okay, so here also, for example, I want to create a Linux instance. I can go to this Elastic Cloud Computing. It's a EC2 instance. I can go here and create a new instance here, right? So we can create our new server instance. So that will act as a server here. So Unix, I have to create Unix instance here. Yes, I can create some. So this way we can create. So a lot of services are available. Okay, so as a data engineer, so we will focus on mostly like EC2, RDS, S3, and then IAM, right? So IAM is for mostly like access and CloudWatch. You can check the server or tools. So how it is performing, then you can put some alert mechanism. So that we can watch it here, CloudWatch. Similarly, the MapReduce, Athena, Glue, Redshift. So these services. So in addition to that, whatever we explained already, so that services also we learn. So completely is like a practical way of learning. So whatever we are learning today, yes, definitely it will be useful for you in the project. So if you are going for any other project, okay, so in future, if you're going for a different project on the cloud, so that time we cannot learn it, right? So immediately we cannot learn. But whatever we are learning today, so definitely that will help you in your career. So you can start learning and you can go for certifications also. So you can plan for certifications. So a lot of resources are available for certifications. So you can yourself, you can register for it and then you can take online also. Okay, so that as well we will provide. So because I completed the certifications in AWS, so I will guide you, maybe Jiva will guide you. So all this. Okay, so we will provide you uh, the access. Okay, so and everything. So IAM, yes, we will cover that IAM also. So because IAM also you should know. Snowflake, yes, Snowflake. So I thought of starting the Snowflake training, but yeah, due to some work, project related work, I couldn't start. But I will start next month. Okay, so because I created all this Snowflake content and everything I created already, I posted here in our website also. So due to my time constraint, I couldn't start, but soon I will start the Snowflake. So Snowflake also, it's like completely, it's a, so here I created the Snowflake, and Snowflake also, it's emerging technology as of now. So that as well, we will, I will take Snowflake, I will take, but maybe next month I will take. So right now I'm working as a ETL developer in IACS. Yes, I can, whether I have to go for Azure or we have to go for AWS. Yeah, so we have a lot of confusions here. So because if you take these four cloud services, right, AWS or Azure or Snowflake or GCP. Okay, so GCP, yes, we have the different, so based on the different companies, yes, we have. So in our real-time project also, so I worked in banking as well as telecom, insurance domain. So most of the banking sectors, right, the projects. So we have most of the clouds, like we have Snowflake, we have AWS, we have GCP, so we have Azure. So, but if you learn any one particular cloud completely, so you can work with other cloud also, because for all the cloud we have the competitors services. Okay, so here we have the Redshift, so there we have the BigQuery in cloud, Google Cloud, right? So similar way we have similar concept in all other different cloud technologies. But whatever we are learning, so completely learn that. Snowflake is nothing but it's a framework created on top of either GCP or AWS or Azure. So that is a framework they created. It's a data analytics and uh, data warehouse, cloud data warehouse tool. So they created this particular framework on top of any one of the cloud providers. So either Azure or AWS. So yes, definitely for the data engineering role, data related projects. So learn completely with all the technologies. Okay. So whatever you're choosing for AWS or Snowflake or Azure or GCP, completely learn. So definitely it will help you for your career. Okay. So whatever you are learning today, yes, that will be useful for this one. So if you are looking for any CI/CD pipeline, so that will be available in AWS DevOps. So not in the AWS data engineering. So we can cover what is that service. Okay, CI/CD is nothing but the continuous integration and continuous deployment. So mostly like a DevOps, it will be covered. And so that will be we are next month we are taking only for AWS DevOps, that particular training. So that will focus mostly on the DevOps side, so not on the data engineering side. So this is for data related projects. So where we have come up with the SQL background. Yes, definitely you can start learning this one. Okay. So I think I have answered your questions in the chat. But yeah, you can unmute and you can ask your questions. So anything related to IDQ or CDQ, so that will be on the Informatica end. So because AWS here we are not using IDQ and CDQ. So IDQ Informatica data quality, CDQ is nothing but cloud data quality. So that will be on the IACS end. So that so they're separate services. So because so these cloud providers how they have created as a service. So Informatica also they have come up with services, right? So different services. So Informatica Cloud, so they are going to make the similar way how the AWS or Azure is going to work. The similar way, Informatica Cloud also is going to create all this as a service like this. So they are going to bring all this as a service. If you want cloud data engineering, cloud data quality, data governance, MDM, all this like a service. So that's what the cloud model they are bringing, since most of the projects are moving towards on the cloud. So if you have any other questions related to Informatica or Snowflake or anything, so you can contact me. But if you have any questions related to AWS, you can ask here. But here we are not going to cover any Snowflake or Informatica one. So we are completely focusing on the AWS side only. Okay, AWS Data Cloud, data engineering.
Hey Chandra, Praveen Pal this side. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, good. Chandra, my question is that you said like you have taken academic version of AWS.
Yes, correct.
You are asking like to the participant or students to take the trial version. So how they will interact?
So that's what. See, either you can take the trial versions, or we will provide you the academic versions. So academic versions, so whatever we are providing, it has time limit. So during the course, we can use that academic version. Okay. So we can give 30 days or 60 days the account. So after that, if you want to, for example, this course is lifetime access, right? If you want to use this particular course, you can create a trial versions, but it's completely your responsibility to take care. So because we have to provide our credit card
Yeah.
informations. So whatever the credit card we are giving, so if you are going to use this account more than the threshold limit, they will charge, okay, from your credit card. But we will guide you how to protect that card, as well as how to make the services within the free tier. Okay, so we have the limitations here, so we can check free tier. So what is the limitation threshold up to which level we can use this services? So that we will guide you in the course itself. So we will give you the knowledge.
Yes, Parveen.
So
So
what I understood, hold on. What I
Yeah.
understood, like during the training duration, I will use academic version given by you, and if I want to do further practice, then I need to download my own trial version and do practice. Is it the
Yes,
correct
exactly.
understanding?
Yes, exactly. So because that time you will get some knowledge how to use this account, right? So we are working with AWS. Okay, so academic one, we will try to create the trial versions. So because we are giving that heads up, so after that you have to use your trial account. So that you need to create. So that we will give you the knowledge. Okay. Yes, Jiva.
Thank you,
So
sir.
you want to say something? Yeah, please go ahead. Sorry.
No
You want to
problem,
add
Chandra.
something?
Yeah. So, Parveen, so answer your questions already. Chandra given enough, solution. But I would recommend you to, on to your personal things. I'll guide you, help you to, how to create your free tier account and how to maintain the cost properly. But make sure you guys need to control on your cost, precisely. So whenever you're utilizing or practicing some services, at the end of the day, you have to stop those services and continue from, next day. So if you plan for, so okay, let's say example, I'm gonna try it for 2 days. So will I be kept this services for 1 day? That's your choice. But I wouldn't recommend that because every services in AWS is charged by per minute, and few of services charged by per actions also. So you have to maintain the the cost properly on your choice. But the academic one we will give you, but there is a certain limitation will be there. So you can't access whenever you require. So let's say example, if you want to practice on your free time, so that time this academic version won't be available. So I would suggest you to open your free tier account. Whenever you need it, you can access it on your time. So that's it, Parveen. So Chandra,
No,
if you
so academic version is available for
Chandra.
30 days, right? So
yeah
why it is
30
not?
let set certain services we will have restrictions. So you have to request us and we will provide you the access. So that kind of restriction you will face.
Uh,
Not get all the services in all the time, like and the time which I mentioned, right? After the course completion time. That's what I mean to say is.
Yeah. So this trial account is 1 year license. You can use that 1 year. Okay. So with one email ID, you can use for 1 year. But whatever we are providing, so it has time bound. So that we will, yeah. So we will guide you. Okay. Don't worry.
time is we can use after the class, right? Let's say 1 hour class. So if I would do practice, then the remaining day I can do practice, right? There is no
Yes,
restriction on
yes,
the.
yes. 60 days of trial versions we will provide you. The lab we will provide you. So from that you can start learning. Okay. So don't worry on the hands-on. So because we will take care on the hands-on, so everything will guide you. So you can create it. So not only for training hours. So after that, we will provide you the exercises, right? You have to complete the exercise. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
Durga.
Hi,
Yes, Jeev.
Chandra.
Yeah. Please
Yeah.
go ahead.
Hi. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are
Yeah.
audible.
Hello. Thanks.
That
Thanks, Chandra.
Vimal is
Chandra,
talking,
for
right?
this AWS data engineer course, actually, it's prerequisite. Any Python or Java language is required,
So for this,
or
SQL knowledge is needed. So data related knowledges are needed. So that's the main one.
okay.
And if you have something like a Spark, or if you have something like a Python knowledge, yes, it is added advantage. So to here, so for example, you want to create a AWS, so Glue or any other transformation logic, so that can be created by using SQL or some other scripting languages also. Okay. So if you have some Python knowledge, yes. So for example, you want to go for something like a AWS artificial intelligence or data scientist role, yes, that it needs Python knowledge as well. It depends on your role, which role you are going for. But
Actually,
ours
I'm
one,
working as a tester currently. So in this, how it will help me to do actually in this course actually for tester.
sorry, your voice is very feeble. Can you please come again?
Yeah, actually, I'm working as a tester currently,
Hmm?
ETL tester. Okay, this course how it will be helpful to me. I mean, just
Yeah. So this is what. So this is for AWS data engineer or AWS cloud engineer or AWS big data engineer role. So if you are looking for this kind of role, so yes, you can start learning this one. So because even if you are going for any tester related one, so if say AWS related testing one, so you are going to work on multiple services, right? So that time you will
yeah,
know, okay, so what is AWS Glue will do, what is Amazon Redshift will do, S3 will do, RDS will do, all this, right? So that kind of,
yeah,
so whatever the services are needed for our data engineering, so that we will cover it. We are not covering any AWS DevOps here. So because as I already mentioned, AWS DevOps is different training program. So that we will take next month. After 15 to 20 days, we are starting. So if you are looking for AWS DevOps one, you can start learning that DevOps. So because DevOps is completely different than this data related one. Okay. So whatever. So because we have the 200 plus services are available, so that is what we cannot cover for all the services here. Whatever needed for a data engineering, so that we will cover it.
Yeah. Hi, Chandra. This is Bhavani. I'm working as an ETL developer.
Hmm?
Well, I have one question regarding this AWS Glue. So, as per the information which you have provided so far, AWS Glue is nothing but like an ETL, right?
Yeah, yes, exactly. Yes.
So, yeah. So, as part of this course, are we going to explore AWS Glue completely, or did we get like a kind of um, what I can say, just brush up kind of things? How it will be?
To answer your questions, Bhavani, so in AWS, we have a different various kind of data services, right? So we will focus on Glue for 3 days. So we will try to import any data in S3. We will try to extract from crawler or PySpark code. Either or we will try it, and we will do some ETL operation, like put it on inbound bucket and fetch the information. Again, we'll put it on outbound. Finally, the cleansed bucket. So these kind of ETL operations we will try to do as a trial method. So this we can provide you. So may you know what's your kind of expectation in specifically in Glue? We have a, if you want to focus on Glue alone, we can have a 2 weeks of time frame also, but that won't be happen. We will not cover most of the things. Will predominantly in Glue. We will try to cover up all the data engineering aspects and services, Bhavani.
Yeah. So to add,
Okay.
yeah, since you are already working in the ETL background, right? So we will focus on how to create the job, ETL job here. So with that, you can create. Okay. So you can create, you can learn by yourself since you are from ETL background. So how to do the monitoring, how to create a connections, how to create like orchestration. So everything you can put here. So you can start learning. This will you can put here. So how orchestration is nothing but how to create a scheduling and monitoring. Okay, so those things, yes, you can go in depth also. So but we will cover it. Okay, so because so here we have all the services, right? So we will take 3 to 4 days. We will focus creating one particular transformation logic. with that, you can go with other logic as well.
Yeah, got it, Chandra. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hi, Chandra.
Yeah, yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I have a couple of questions. So since a few people are saying that working for ETL testing and ETL background, so my question is this training works for people with the career gap because which are currently having no job? Like, can they opt for this coaching?
So how many years of career gap you have? Say, for example, most of the service-based company, so they will
Hmm.
accept 2 years of career gap. So more than
Hmm.
two years, so they do not have policy to
Hmm.
accommodate you in the portal itself, right? Recruitment portal itself, they do not have policy if you have more than 2 years of gap.
Hmm.
So they cannot go against the policy. So that is one thing. And
Okay.
so it depends on the career gap, how much years you have. And also, if you are looking for product based company or startup companies, so they will, most of the companies, they will focus on your knowledge, okay, rather
Hmm.
than the career gap. Okay, so the knowledge is very important. So whatever the technology you are looking for, it may be the AWS or Azure or Snowflake or any other Informatica cloud or anything.
Hmm.
So the knowledge is very, very important. So how much knowledge? For example, tomorrow I'm going for AWS interview. So instead of
Okay.
saying that, okay, I'm a AWS certified professional, so I have to have the knowledge. Okay, I have to have
Yeah.
the certification. Yes, of course. So that is for entry point. But after that, they will test you. So if they're asking some questions on S3 or RDS or EC2 or anything, so you have to be in a position to answer them all the questions, right? So that needs more practice and yes, more learning. Okay, so whatever you are learning today, so learn completely. So that's what my advice. Whatever the technology you are learning, okay, it may be the different one, ETL testing or anything. So learn completely. So master in it. Okay, so then definitely you will get the first interview itself. You will get clear, right? So that's what I used to tell.
Hmm.
So those who are joining my Informatica training also, so they will learn completely like Informatica. Okay, IACS, what is CDI, CIA, everything. If
Hmm.
they are going for any interview, so they will place within the first interview itself. So because they know completely like all this, so whatever we have given, okay, complete training, so that they will learn. So that's what the one I want to give you. But yes, it's a person to person that career gap and a lot of the background verification, all this will vary. So if you
Hmm.
have any other personal questions, it is not, if it is confidential, so that cannot be revealed here. You can always
Hmm.
contact me. So I will guide you.
Yeah, thanks for the brief answer, Chandra. And next question is I really don't know anything knowledge on AWS. So zero knowledge of AWS also can join, right?
Yes, yes. If you
Can
have data knowledge, I think you are from data background, right? SQL or what is data? So how the data
yes.
is flowing from so one database
Hmm.
to another database. So how it is being used by a different business team, right? Business analytics team
Yes.
or the other development team. How the data is being used. So that
Hmm.
knowledge is very very important on the data related one. So
Yes, Chandra.
because if you are
Actually,
from
I have good knowledge on IACS,
hmm,
and I actually wanted to take training from CA training, application integration training. But since you postponed that from August 22nd to September 2nd, I just yeah, looking for another.
okay,
Yeah.
no problem. So because this
Mm.
time I postponed because of my project work.
Mm.
So I couldn't
Yes.
start immediately. So normally I used to start immediately, but this time I have given
Mm.
so 1 week of gap. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, you can join that CI,
Yeah.
which I'm starting by September 2nd. Start learning. Okay. But whatever, see, I'm saying again, whatever you are learning, so learn completely. Okay.
Mm.
So these
Yeah.
are like a data related project. If you are going for one
Mm.
particular project, banking or insurance or telecom industry. So if you go to any business analytics team,
Mm.
these terminologies you will see. Definitely you'll see AWS, Azure, Snowflake, Tableau, right? Power BI, and
Mm.
yeah, so ETL. So these
Mm.
technologies definitely you'll use. So we are focusing on the back end. So because back end, definitely these technologies only is going to help us to get more related BI consultant, right?
Yes. So all the services will have the free tier in the AWS?
No. So it's not, all the services are not free tier. So that's what we are giving some student trial versions, so that we will explore more and we will provide you the lab facilities. Okay. Within that limit, you have to use it.
So suppose without AWS associate cloud practitioner, whatever basic certification, can I directly do this AWS data engineer certificate?
Yeah, you can do that. Certification perspective, we will help you.
So since we have already talked about this free tier limits, I have recently created this EC2 instance in my free trial account, and also Linux instance I have initiated. I don't know, but I haven't used much of the services. But after 2 months, I got some alert from free tier limit. You have considered 85% because I have consumed the free tier limit for VPC, virtual private cloud.
Yeah, but go and check. So what is the limit
Yeah,
here? Okay.
yeah.
In the free tier.
Actually, it
So
is
check.
750 hours per month, but
Yeah. So
I
please
don't know why
always
it
check
is
here.
consuming too much.
Okay.
So I just
So
want to
if,
ask Jiva.
yeah.
Jiva.
So after
Yeah.
using it, just
Mm.
clear those services. Okay. So
Yeah.
don't keep it as it is. So because in the back end, if it is running, okay, some RDS or instance or database instance, if it is running, so it will consume the resources. Okay. So that's what we have the serverless process, right? So serverless means, so whenever we are using, so that time alone, it will consume the resources. So it's a serverless for us. Okay. For them, it's a
Yeah.
service. The
So I
server. So
was
that,
thinking like one VPC will have the limit for 750 hours. Since I am using one single VPC for both EC2 and Linux, uh, I'm assuming it is exceeding the limit, I guess.
No. Durga, check your account.
Yes.
You are
Yeah.
accessing. Go and check your billing. The billing section, you have the bills, right? Chandra, can you
Yes.
click the?
so here, I'm not sure whether it will expose any personal details.
Yeah. No, don't. So whenever you see the access your account, right? So you will get this payment information in detail information. Like see here, Chandra has consumed cloud data transfer and key management service and simple storage service S3. So these not been charged. Similar way, go and check your account. You will eventually see which service is cost with most and what is the usage quantity and based on which time has been consumed. So you will get entire details here. So I would request you to, whenever you start practicing something, we will, as a human, that we will forget eventually. So try to stop the service. If not, please create a script or either in Python or some of the Terraform scripts. Try to run the script end of your learnings complete, right? Like end of the day, try to run the script. It eventually stop your all the services which is running currently. So that is the best advice to you.
Yes, Jiva. To be honest, I immediately logged into my AWS and I deleted all the instances. Not only terminated, I have deleted them and I have deleted that VPC, AWS VPC also.
Yeah, Durga, that happened actually. So even I
Yeah,
was.
yeah, I gave my
So
credit card, right?
yeah, so don't
Yeah,
worry. So we
yeah,
will provide you the knowledge.
yeah,
Okay, we will
yeah. Thanks.
guide you how to use the services within the threshold limit. So that knowledge you need to have. Okay, so how to use it, because most of them are using the free tier. With that knowledge, yes, definitely we can use it. So don't worry, we will guide you. Okay.
So is generative AI anything impact this data engineering roles?
Definitely it won't. So because generative AI also, so definitely they need to store the data, right? So AI definitely they need to store the data. So where they will store the data, where they will do all the ETL process, everything. So that definitely it will impact. Okay, it will impact the overall. But data engineering side, yes, we need to store the data, right? At least we need to store the data. So it needs. So it will not impact.
Okay.
So immediately, maybe even we are not sure. It will create so lot of other new jobs also. But
Yeah,
yeah.
won't take your job, Durga, by the way. So it will optimize your day-to-day task by eventually, but it
Yeah.
won't take your jobs completely. So
Yeah.
that's it. Give you.
Yeah, being an ISCS developer, my aim is to become a data engineer in future. Okay, but one of my friend he scared me with this sentence, like which I previously said about generative AI. So that's why I asked you. Now you cleared, right? So thanks. Thanks. That's all my answer. That's all my
Yeah.
questions. Okay, thanks. Thanks.
So, yeah, Bhuvana, you can shoot your questions now. And a few people are waiting already. So if you don't have,
Yeah,
we can do this.
I
Nehal.
have a question. So you said CI/CD is being covered in the DevOps program, right? But when you deploy this glue code for the next level of staging or production, what type of deployment is being used?
Yeah, so basically CI/CD will part of data also. As Chandra mentioned, CI/CD predominantly focus on DevOps, but eventually in data side we will focus on Redshift, right? When you move to Redshift data to the another next level like DBT models, as a part of CI/CD pipelines, you will do the orchestrations, right? That will consider as a pipelines, like you will have the structured CI/CD pipelines. You'll test it and deploy it and move with the help of developers to like code commit, code deploy. You will do the deployment features as well, Bona. So that will not also be included here, but that is not related to data engineering eventually. That will have a deployment DevOps team will take care of this part because AWS is a wide scope, right? So people different kind of and different domain people also will part of this same team. They will access the AWS account. That CI/CD alone will handle by DevOps guys who are all working in your organization.
But
So
currently,
if you go to any projects, right? So they will give you the KT, okay, knowledge transition. If you create it as a developer and then you are going to deploy it into production, yeah. So one deployment, if you are doing it, then you will get complete knowledge, okay, from development to deployment. So next time you are going to do the same thing on the DevOps side, right? You are not going to create any DevOps tool or DevOps pipeline. You are going to use that pipeline to deploy it into the higher environment, right? So that you might be doing one time activity, so next time you are doing the same. But as a DevOps engineer, so they will focus on creating the YAML files and other different uh, pipelines. They will do the development on the DevOps side. You got it, right? We are going to use that as a developer for the deployment. So if you go to any project, they will give you that, okay, the KT, knowledge transition.
okay. Because I'm already in a project, but they are like all this work is being done by developer itself. Nobody else is doing it. There is no DevOps team, there is no BA team, there is no QA team. So all this work is being done by developer itself.
Okay.
So
Thanks.
does this process involved in POC setup or you're working in production?
Production, development environment itself. If you deploy any code and everything is done, they will raise a pull request. If that is approved and merged, it will get deployed into production directly.
You are working on the agile methodology.
Yeah.
It seems that the limited number of people in their current project. Is it correct, Bono?
Correct.
So mostly like agile, yeah. So agile, yes, we have. So mostly like one team members will do all kind of activities. Okay, so one time you are developing, one time you are deploying. So it's based on the user stories you'll be working on it, right? Yeah, so that might be, yeah, it's a project to project, slightly it will vary.
Yeah.
So that we can, yeah, we can learn. Okay. So, but you should know the basic idea about all the services. With that, yes, if you have this tool access and everything, with this knowledge, you can learn. Okay. Because AWS is like a complete vast subject, like same like Python, right? So we have 200 plus services are available. So all the services we cannot learn within 30 days or 40 days. But yeah, so you will have knowledge, complete knowledge on the data engineering side.
Okay, great. Thanks, both of you.
So one thing I can assure that whatever we are learning today, okay, related to this data, so AWS or Azure or Snowflake, yes, definitely it will help in our career. So including me also, I'm saying. So whatever learning I'm learning, so that will help. So 6 years or 7 years before I learned this AWS. That helped me a lot in my project also. Yeah. So please go ahead. If you have any other questions, you can ask. So if you have any questions related to fee and everything, you can check it here. So as of now, we fixed it. The fee is 25,000 for this 40 hours of training on AWS, but it's a limited time. We have some offers. Okay, so you can contact me. We will put you some discount. We will provide you. So because if you go and check any other different online programs, so they are charging 30,000, 25,000, 20,000, so different way. So they are charging even 60,000, 40,000 as well. So it's a completely, we are giving the LMS portal and access, okay, lifetime access on the videos, notes, as well as everything, right? So how we have the similar way. So this is the way we can start learning. So whenever you have the multiple courses here, yes, it's a complete courses. You can ask your questions and everything the similar way. So even how we have handled this Azure as well as this CDI, CA and all this, right? Similar way. Okay, say for example, this is the course for Azure. And yes, as I told, like if you go here, so we completed up to 24 sessions as of now. Okay, like this way we will, so daily we will upload after the sessions. You can go and check here. So how it will be like, okay, our training. So like you can go into this, you can check this one and then you can play always this one, you can download the materials and everything, right? So from here, so this is what, so we have, so how we are taking here, similar way we will take in our AWS also. Okay. So those who are attending this Azure training, so they are completely satisfied because we are providing 100% complete knowledge, the Azure side. So if a lab also we are providing, so if they are practicing here, so they can work with any Azure environment. I can 100% I can give the guarantee. So course content, yes, you can download it from here. If you go to the if you go to this particular link, AWS Data Engineering Training. So just download this brochure. You will get the brochure. Okay, just to give you your email ID and mobile number. It is confidential only. It will download automatically. Okay, or if you need it, so just ping me on WhatsApp. So I will give you. Okay. Yeah. Any other questions you have?
So Chandra, I have one question.
Nehal raised questions long back, so Venu, sorry to stop. Nehal and Ganesh, you can sort out your questions and then we can proceed with Venu. If you don't have it, we can good to go with Venu actually.
So Chandra, do we have any package which we will have the recordings and the lab only? Because this timings will not work for me.
Okay, so yeah, so that we will maybe after some time, after this batch, we will announce that. So because we have to complete at least one batch.
Hi, Chen. Actually, I'm having one question. So currently, I'm working in CDI and CI as a developer. So is it good to change my career to data engineering roles?
Yeah, CDI, CA also, it's related to data only. It's again data integration. So here also we have the data integration related one. Say for example, in Informatica, as a target system, you might be using this. Okay, going forward, you might be using Amazon Redshift or S3. You are just loading the data into S3 pipeline. You are landing the data into S3 as a file. And then from here, S3 to Amazon Redshift, you are doing some transformation logic by using Glue, right? So that is the same model we worked with previously. So Informatica will pull the data from heterogeneous sources and it will load it into either Amazon Redshift or S3. So from there, a lot of merchant reporting will be published to the merchant SFTP. So that will be handled by Informatica. And also here we have some transformation logic we have written. Yeah, so it's completely we are not going to migrate completely from Informatica developer to this AWS. Everything is related technologies.
Okay, got it.
You can say, because whenever we are going for any senior role, okay, so nowadays they're looking for multi-skilled person, right? They're not looking for only for Informatica, Power Center or IACS. They're looking for a SQL, Informatica, then business analytics side. So that is Tableau, Power BI, or the cloud. Okay, do you have knowledge on Snowflake, Azure, or these kind of knowledges they are looking for? Because if this project is getting over, they need to bill you in another project, right? Even service-based company or product-based company, they are looking for multi-skilled person, right? So it will help you in your career. So whatever you are learning today, right?
Yes. So in AWS Glue, right, we will use Python and
Anything, okay.
Python.
So whichever you are comfortable, you can use it. You can use SQL also if you are comfortable with SQL or Python or any other Spark. It's depends on the scripting. Okay, so whatever you are comfortable. Yes, yes, Jiva, yeah. Please go ahead.
Yeah, so they can add, if they have a very good knowledge on SQL, you can integrate with Spark, and you can write a code in Spark SQL with the help of Spark context and Glue context. We can integrate the code and we can pull all the transformations and actions. We can make the code working in a proper way.
Yeah. So I am saying this is what I'm saying in my project also. Some developers they will use Python code. Some developers they are using SQL code. Spark with SQL. So in Azure as well and AWS as well, it depends on so which technology you are comfortable. Yes, you can go ahead with so those scripting.
Yeah, they will decide architecture. No, solution architect will decide these things, like based upon your data. If you want to load a real time or batch processing data, this could be vary. So everything depends upon the architecture and solution type we were deciding. So adding up, Chandra.
Okay, so thank you all for your time. So if you have any other questions, you can always reach out to us. So we will guide you. So we are starting the training by September 12th. Okay, so giving some time, then we are starting. So always you can contact us. We will guide you. If you want to enroll it, so please contact us. We will enroll it and then we will provide you some SQL related stuff. Okay. So you can check it in the job portal also, like what is the job market for AWS. So different role. So what kind of role we have. And yes, you can always check here. So what kind of role we can go for, right? Yes, as I told,
Hello?
some project they will look for AWS, some project they look for Azure. So it's a combination. Yeah. Yes, please go ahead. Sorry. So everything is like a one day before they have posted these. Okay, different roles, right? We have the different roles. So in project, definitely we'll have the different roles. Okay. So AWS DevOps, they're looking for AWS DevOps here, AWS Cloud Engineer, right? So DevOps AWS engineer for top MNC. Maybe this company is like a recruitment company. So you can
Hi,
post your
Chandra. This is Srikanth. Thank you for the brief overview of AWS. Just I want to ask about do we need to learn anything like infrastructure, like a cloud basics, so that we can understand while we do our ETL development in AWS? Like downscaling the services, all those things. So you will give the overview of these things, like how we will start or stop, and while developing, where the services has to be start.
yeah. So those things, yes, definitely will cover. Okay. So this is for AWS from starting a beginner level. Okay, beginner to intermediate and advanced level. So that's what we'll cover. So because we'll assume that okay, so the students from non-AWS background with data knowledge. Okay, so only data knowledge is needed. But AWS side will start with beginner, then intermediate, then advanced level. So that's what we are focusing. So both AWS and Azure side also.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, Jiva. Hello.
Yeah, please go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I have SQL actually 2 years of experience, but actually
Okay.
my career gap is there. Yeah, 4 years career gap. But what is the future I choose? What is the best way to learn?
Okay, Gagesh. So I
Yeah.
hear that you have a 2 years of career gap, right?
No. 4 years of career
4
gap,
years.
2 years of experience in SQL and PL SQL.
Okay. It's okay. Fine. So let's say
Yeah.
example, you learn this course. So since you don't have, since you have a basic knowledge about SQL and you have worked on 2 years, I hope you have the complete understanding of how.
I have best knowledge in SQL. Okay. That is
Yeah.
no problem.
So then I'll suggest you to learn about the basics of cloud since already one more person asked the question. So do I need a basic knowledge of cloud? Yes, we will cover the basics of cloud before starting the data engineering aspects. So learn the AWS since a wide variety of openings right now presently in the market. Like comparatively, number of job openings are more in AWS and data engineering side. Since you have already SQL knowledge, right? With the help of the SQL knowledge, if you learn this AWS course, right? So eventually put up your skills. Some companies will accept 4 years, even 6 years of career gap as well. But the companies you are approaching, so if you have a right scope, let's say example, if companies like Accenture or Cognizant or big companies like Deloitte, big four companies, if they don't have focus on you, some contract job also will get eventually. So to cover up your career gaps, I would suggest you to learn it. And once you have a skills, right, you will have a confidence to approach the jobs. So eventually you get contract jobs or temporary jobs as well, like 6 month contract or different payroll jobs. We'll get anything as hope possibly. As my suggestion, this is actually Kagesh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
the service-based company, right? Yes, definitely service-based company. They do have the policies. So they cannot go against the policy. They cannot put your profile on their system also because they cannot accommodate 4 years of gap. But as
Okay.
Jiva mentioned, right? So you can go for
Yeah.
contract jobs or product-based company or startup companies. So they will focus on
Okay.
your knowledge only. Okay, so whatever the
Yeah.
you have, okay, SQL or any role you want to play, okay. So my advice is learn completely. So go for, if you are going for one interview also, that one interview you have to get the job. So that is the knowledge you need to have. Okay. So focus on
Yeah.
adding more content. So you need to have the more
Okay.
content. So they definitely they will accept it. But yes, you have challenges. I accept it. So because you have the 4 years of career gap, most of the
Yeah.
companies or service-based company will not take it. But it will not stop your employment. So because you can try for different options. So that way we have to find it. Okay.
Okay.
Hi, Chandra and
Thank you.
Jiva. I have another question. Sorry. Uh, so currently I'm working as an BI developer, come ETL developer. But we have Pentaho is a ETL tool, and our data, like whatever daily transactions we are working, we are storing into the S3 bucket. So actually, we have a lot of AWS license. We have a license for AWS, but at current, we want to migrate our ETL to AWS. So maybe this is a right path for me to understand this AWS the as a course wise and join this course. Thing is, I want to do some POC on my current project using my knowledge with this course and implement some ETL process. So is it a good way? I mean, how we need to approach to give some like a project plan? Like we have AWS account, so and also we have all the S3 and everything RDS. So I want to utilize these services on in my company. So I don't have any idea or knowledge on the AWS. So that is my question. So I want to give some project plan that this is what we want to, how we can approach, so that my project team can understand and they can give a chance to do some POC type.
Okay. Shrikant, first of all, Chandra, you want to add up anything or should I?
You can go ahead.
So, Shrikant, basically, Pentaho is a tool it's a cost tool. Shrikant, you know that, right? So you have to purchase as an organization, you have to purchase it your side, and you have to make the data ETL operations and all. So, but to learning this course and to migration different. So learning this courses will eventually help you for all of your lifetime. So not only for Pentaho, any futuristic ETL tools with a combination of AI, it comes, right. You'll eventually know the process how to migrate the data first of all. So if you know what is data engineering, you know how to process your data and move to different target systems. So that's will cover up this course. And to answer your question, to do the practice for Pentaho to AWS migration, since it's Pentaho is a cost tool, you $100, I think so. I'm not sure. If you heard it long back. So
yes, that's right. We want to migrate everything from on
when you
premises
try to
or
migrate it, you need to have the tool to extract the data and do the some ETL operations. Since if you have the privileges to access your organization, but that's not a best practice. Even I won't suggest it. Similar to Pentaho, we have various open source free tier tools are there. So try to upload your source data, and we can try the AWS migration stuff. So after completing this course or while doing the course itself, I will help you out of it.
Okay. Thank you, Jiva.
Yeah, no worries, man.
Yeah. So thank you all. Then if you have any other questions, always reach out to us. We will help you out. Okay. So any career related questions or anything, even you can watch my YouTube video. So we will post all the videos over there. Okay. Like current technologies, whatever. So I'm focusing on PLSQL. Okay. So once completed, I will have other technologies as well. Okay. But yes, always you can check for SQL related or Informatica related one, my YouTube channel as well. So if you are looking for any interview questions, just go to this NIC IT Academy. So interview questions, I posted all the questions here. If you are preparing for Informatica or SQL or anything, just go to this. I collected all the questions here. If you complete all these questions, if you're going for CA questions or CA interview or CDI, if you complete all this, so definitely you'll get through. So these questions only they will ask. Okay. So focus on this, and then so you can check always. So I'm working on this quizzes. So I will upload it later point of time. So those who have enrolled for LMS, this is the one. Once again, I want to tell you that. So we will give this access here. If this LMS portal, so all this training program, everything is a lifetime access. So once you have enrolled for this, you will have this particular courses in your enrolled courses here. So you can always go into this particular course and then start learning it. Okay, say for example, you learned now, but after some 6 months or 3 months again, you want to refresh it. Okay, so we can always go to this particular link and then you can check. So what is the video and everything. So that way you can start learning. So you can focus one more time also that yes, this way.
Chandra, just I want to understand what is this LMO, because I already joined for Informatica, so I can enroll or I need to pay some.
Sorry, you have?
I already joined for Informatica like 6 months back.
Okay.
And I want to access the course. I mean, whatever
So
the
6
videos
months, 6 months before it's a different model I have given. So, but now I have
Yes.
given this LMS portal. So hereafter it will be this LMS portal only. Okay. So because previous one I cannot provide, but if you're looking for any other training, okay, hereafter, so that will be like on this LMS portal only.
Okay. So for that we need to enroll or we need to something?
Yeah. Just you have to sign up, and then we will. So if you are paying online, it will automatically the course will be enrolled. on your
Okay.
in your
Like
page.
Udemy.
Yeah, similar way. So this is the way. Okay. Say for example,
Okay, got
after
it.
that you will get this particular page. So you can check it here. All the courses and everything will be posted here. So there is a difference between Udemy course and here. So Udemy will not cover complete so end to end, but here we covered everything like a project related one, the documents and everything, right? So again I'm saying Udemy is like it's a different way. Okay, so
Yeah.
they do have different way. So I do not want to
Okay.
comment, but here, yes,
Sure.
it's completely like this one. Okay, so whatever we are giving, so that documents and
Okay.
everything, starting from introduction to trial account creation, all this, right? So everything will be
Sure.
there in one single module. So you can focus all this. It's completely like a 65 hours of training I took. I completed
Yes,
here.
I know.
Yeah.
Chandra, another thing, do you provide any lab also, virtual lab access so that we can do, because we don't have
For
installing all the softwares, everything.
for IACS, are
Like
you asking, or AWS?
like a basic level, like a SQL, PLSQL, Informatica, IICS, and AWS. I
Everything
heard
you
that
can
you are
install it.
providing.
So everything you can install it. So that's what the course normally I used to take, right? All
Okay.
this you have the installation, everything you can do. So I think we covered everything. So it's like a thanks for your time on Saturday evening. It's almost 1 hour 35 minutes. Thank you all. So for your time, and if you have any other questions, always you can reach out to me. So I will answer it. Okay, on WhatsApp. And we do have WhatsApp group also. You can join it, and then most of the folks, the working professional, they will put a lot of questions and answers. Yes, you can join there as well. So always you can ping me, and you can always check in our YouTube channel as well. Okay. So thank you all. Thank you, Jiva, and thanks everyone. So we will meet in our training session.
Thanks, Chandra. Thanks, everyone. Great day.
Thank you
Thanks,
all.
Chandra.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jivan. Jiva.
Thank you all.